And oh, I don't have music queued up. That's not good.
Shit.
Well, there we go. No music. Oh wait, I got some music right here. If I can get it to play. And it's the Random Kristian Show. Yay! All right. And woohoo. Matt's here and Brian still unable to join us. Oh, that's why we can't hear the music. Yeah. See, this is called technical difficulty challenges and why it's still not coming through. All right. So that's, oh, maybe. Hold on. I got it here somewhere.
Did you get it?
Maybe.
Are we working?
I don't know. I don't know. I hope so. Well, you know what? Who needs music, right?
I don't need any music.
I
I
mean-
make music in my head.
Well, that's true. And
It sounds like
we're all,
circus music, but
it's like
it is music.
dancing monkeys. And,
Welcome to the Random Kristian Show. Monkeys dance. Oh shoot, we're actually live on. We're not just.
I know.
on the phone anymore.
It's the Random Kristian Show. Did you miss us? Yeah.
Cares?
I'm sure you probably didn't miss us all that much. Now, where are we?
One
There we are.
person is like, oh, I totally missed you.
Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking Germany might have missed us. Ireland, most definitely. And Jamaica, they probably didn't even notice we were not even on the air for the past 2 weeks. So, hello, welcome. I have Matt here. You can't really, there's kind of, you can see Matt a little bit. We're experimenting with other technologies and things like that. So, be kind of hard to hear Matt right now. So, Matt, you need to speak up.
Okay. I can do that.
I hope so. All right.
So much.
And so, yeah.
We're
and
excited about everything.
we are excited. And we were hoping to have Joe C on with us, young rap star out of the Kansas City area, and just all around cool kid, fun guy. And apparently Joe is asleep or busy doing something. So hopefully he'll chime in here. Brian may actually chime in. Just he's knee deep inside the middle of a Volkswagen bus right now and unable
We have
to.
pictures to prove it too.
Yeah, literally knee deep inside a Volkswagen bus. So anyway, it's me and Matt, and that's all you really need. All you really need is me because, you know, I'm the complete package. Yeah, baby.
I'm just the frosting.
Yes, it is, by the way. So frosty boy. So yes, and people just randomly walk up and stick their fingers on Matt and lick him, and it's just like frosting.
I'm used to it now, though. So
Yeah, we're
I
well
don't even
adapted.
notice anymore.
It was really weird when I first met him, but then after about the 40th, 50th time of people doing it out in public, not a big deal.
It
So-
becomes weird when people don't do it.
It does. It really does become weird.
What's wrong with these people?
Yeah.
Delicious.
Why are people not tasting Matt? What is going on here?
Oh,
The world has gone mad. So I'm trying to get the iPad closer so we can be hearing you more. And iPad's bad. So anyway, and it's tilting. So I'll just put it back the way it was. And so again, yeah, sorry, technical difficulties. It's the way of the world. So
what are you gonna do?
so welcome
You know,
to my
actually,
show. And this is the fun we get to have. Yeah. All right.
I actually had a question for you because I know it's probably a ways away from you. But so this hurricane that made landfall
Yeah.
last night,
Ah.
how's that affecting your guys' weather?
Well, Mister, I didn't want to talk about topical subjects.
Well,
Yeah.
talk
Oh,
about
yeah. Yeah. Let's not do news subjects. Let's just do random things. That's what makes it fun.
it's
See, I
true,
can
but
see
it's-
Matt now, so I keep looking over at the iPad. We have not had any effect out here in the Midwest as far as I can tell. Now, next week it is supposed to be cooler, but they had already predicted that before. And I just got to say, as far as hurricanes go, like Louisiana, why are you even bothering? I mean, I don't want to hear, and I'm going to sound like such a big a-hole right now, but I don't want to hear about you crying about, oh, we got flooded out and we lost this and we lost that. You're underwater already. Okay. I mean, I'm sure when it's dry, it's beautiful and this is great and all that, but you have machines that pump water out to keep you dry 24/7, 365. Okay. And then you have a big hurricane coming. You don't leave. I'm going to stay and ride it out. Well, then I'm sorry. I love you dearly. And I mean this with all my heart, but we have major technology. A week ago, we knew this was happening. And I don't think it's really going to hit that hard. No, get out, leave,
what I think is weird is
go to higher ground, drier ground.
I don't complain about wildfires and earthquakes. I mean, you do, but it's because they suck.
Right.
I mean,
but you never know when an earthquake's going to hit. You really don't.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think they've got it a couple-minute warning now.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're lucky.
I mean, but whatever. But yeah, an earthquake hits and you go, oh, holy cow, that was an earthquake.
Right.
And, you know, I got to go check my gas lines. I got to go
right.
This. I got to go check that. And, you know, and wildfires can be prevented. But then again, we had a bunch of lightning strikes a couple weeks ago that, you know, nature's going to screw you over one way or the other.
Right.
And it just happens. But if I had, when we were getting these lightning strikes, we all knew that there was a chance that it was going to light a fire.
Right.
And, you know, we had resources in places where they might be needed. And, you know, the ones like up in Santa Cruz, like, are insane.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's what I've heard.
And it's crazy, but at the same time.
Okay, I found the button that makes the music come through.
Oh, awesome. Push it.
No, because it's totally cranked. It's like blowing my eardrums out. Did you not see me like jump just a second ago? And I'm not trying to distract from your show, but
oh no.
Oh my Lord. Oh good Lord. And so everybody's like getting their ears blasted.
Oh, that's
because
let me open up YouTube. And we'll get some odd feedback going. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Dude, why is the music? Oh, because I know why. Okay, hold on. I'm going to fix it. Sorry, people. And, you know, just trying to get a little background vibe going. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep, yeah, see, I've got a Tribe Called Quest jamming, which, you know, they're awesome.
Nice.
There. See? Tribe Called Quest. And, of course, now the video's ended. So, or the music, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, I mean, it's playing on a video, but all right. Well, now we figured that out. At least I did. And so anyway, Matt, so you're going to what now?
Nothing. It doesn't matter.
And again, welcome to the Random Kristian Show, where
YouTube just started to, like, I had to rewind it because I wanted to hear the music blast, and I full well forgetting I can't really hear the YouTube and do the video chat with you.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
So,
I mean, we're the only ones that see the video. So,
no, I know, but so I couldn't hear anything. It was still quiet.
And I literally have like this small window where you just see me. I mean, it's YouTube, and I don't know why, but people enjoy just seeing my face talk to a microphone. And so that's what I'm doing. And now I have like this little channel of a window right here about this big. That's all you see.
Now,
the microphone's over here, and then the iPad's right here. And I got this. So, but hey, there we are.
I see a quadrant of your face. I can see your mouth.
Oh, on the thing, yeah.
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So anyway, and then see, we're still playing, and we've just lost Jamaica.
Oh,
so there we go. Hopefully we pick up Japan, and that's a J. Like, it's a JA. So
they were like, hey, can you get back to that cool story about the wildfires?
Oh yeah, the wildfires, and yeah.
But yeah, mostly I don't complain about them. And if they told me I had to leave, I would. Right.
So and
no, I'm gonna write it out. I'm gonna write out a wildfire.
Well, yeah. Now remember the big one we had way back in the day before I met you. I was working at Sly 96 FM, and we had those huge fires up in the hills. They were evacuating people out of the city.
What city? Oakland?
No, San Luis Obispo.
Out of San Luis?
Yeah, remember like it.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, that was before we met. Huh?
Yeah, and that's I was working at Sly 96.
That was crazy.
And you know, we had the 3 stations there. We had Coast 101, we had Sly 96. Oh no, it was just Coast and Sly. That's right. And
adult contemporary or power hits.
Right. Yeah. Yes, that's right. It was a top 40 station or
over and over
Coast 101.3. That's right. And my name was Chris Jorgens on Coast 101.3, but over on Sly 96 FM, I was KJ the DJ. That's right. Yeah. It was a top 40 station. It was awesome. It was great. And it was a lot of fun and really active. Hey, but that's what it's all about, right? Okay. So here's Sade. No. No, it wouldn't be Sade. It'd be more like TLC or whatever.
Oh, wait, no.
Huh?
I couldn't even
Highway to Hell. No, that wouldn't be on Sly 96. That's more KZOZ, yeah. And see my voice change to my classic rock persona there. So, but anyway, so yeah, we had the huge fires. They were evacuating the city of San Luis Obispo and probably Atascadero and all those areas because everything was on fire. It looked like it was snowing.
Oh,
and yeah, it was literally insane. The manager of the station was asking for volunteers to just keep music playing and update fire updates as long as we could while we could stay on the air. Me being a single guy, not much to do. I said, you know what? I'll do it. And so he said, all right. And so I'm in there. I'm running both stations, making sure our antennas are up. We're powered up. I'm constantly getting news off the wire. This is back when they like actually just printed stuff out still.
Right.
And you had to go read it live on the air. And I would update where the fires were and who needs to be evacuating or getting ready to evacuate. And then all of a sudden, this car comes pulling up. It's the general manager, the owner of the radio stations. And he comes in, he brings me, and I guess I can say this now. He brings me a case and a half of beer and a bottle of Jägermeister because one of the other DJs, Tim, told him that I loved beer and Jägermeister. And he said, listen, stay here as long as you can. Go ahead. This is on me. And I said, really? And he grabs a beer, pops the top and goes, enjoy. Just keep us on the air as best you can and don't get too smashed on the air. So I'm like, well, okay. Literally the first 12 pack was gone within an hour. And I was pretty heated on the air. It was awesome. And I'm running 2 different stations drunk as hell. And I did it for 24 hours. No,
Wow.
almost no. I did it a day and a half. So yeah, almost 48 hours.
And I did not listen to a single bit of it.
I don't think anybody was. I think people were packing up and trying to get the hell out of town.
Well, what was crazy was I think the restaurant was still open. We'd still come. I still went to work.
Yeah.
And cook.
And yeah. No, but that was the thing. There was some people that were like, yeah, we're just going to stay and ride it out. And I'll
like whatever. And my where I lived, we weren't, I was ready to leave, but there wasn't even like a suggestion of leaving.
But that was when you were in Atascadero, right? That was the Atascadero Cool Cat. Yeah. So you were close to home and all that.
But I worked in San Luis. So.
Oh. Well.
Yeah.
So now it doesn't count, Matt. And you screwed everything up.
I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. But.
No, but I mean, I'd go out. The air was so crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I'd go out on my front porch and when I used to smoke. And
didn't need to.
I wouldn't even, like, you'd pull out a cigarette and you'd be like, I don't even need to light this. Like,
right. I just had a half a pack of cigarettes. All right, going back inside. Yeah.
Well, so do you remember the air quality?
Oh yeah.
That time. So the fires that we have going right now. Last week, the wind was just blowing.
Just
south.
Coffee, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, is that coffee?
Yeah, it was. I'm just explaining because we were talking about drinking, and I'm like, no, don't drink anymore. 13 years sober. So, anyway, sorry.
I had a beer the other day.
Did you? Awesome.
Oh yeah, it was good. But I hadn't had. That was the first alcohol I've had in probably 6 months.
Well, there you go. So you were pretty looby, and you're checking out the air quality.
Oh yeah. So the southern winds south.
Yeah.
Just straight blowing south for like days and days and days.
Mm-hmm.
And in our North County, it's a bowl. Like it stopped by a little mountain range.
The little valley, right?
And their air quality, I can't even imagine. It was some of the worst in the country.
Wow.
For days and days and days. And
because it's just getting stopped right there.
Right. And then I'm over on the other side of the mountain now. I'm no longer live in North County.
Yeah. Well, hey, move it down to Louisiana. So it'll be air scrubbed out and all cleaned up.
There you go.
And put out because there's, a hurricane. Yeah, and they were actually saying that these hurricanes, there's 2 of them, and they're going to be, there's a technical name for it, but we Americanized it and called it dancing sisters or something. And it's 2 cyclones that end up basically feeding off each other and going back and forth like they're dancing around. And these are cyclones, mind you. Cyclones are huge storm systems.
Right.
And insane. So I can't even imagine. It's like, again, I love you, Louisianans, and everybody on the coast, and I so wish you all the best, but good God, get out. Leave. You know this that well, and if you're still there and this is going on, I'm sorry, but you kind of deserve a smack in the back of the head, and it's probably coming from a flying 2x4 from one of the dancing cyclone, hurricane, storm things.
But what's crazy, though, is if you don't stay, your place is going to get looted.
Okay. Insurance.
I mean, well, yeah, but I mean, so what's crazier is then there's people that stay
just to loot,
just to go in and fucking, excuse my language, sorry,
dude,
go in and
I'd rather take the loss and live.
Well, yeah.
So, sorry. I mean, that's, call me crazy, but I kind of like having all my fingers and toes and arms and, a couple ears, occasionally a nose. Unless I fart and it hangs out for 10 hours. So, which if you've caught one of our earlier shows, you'd probably know all about that. Or, yeah. So,
More than you want.
Yeah, far more than we ever wanted to know. But it's a reality. It's my reality, and I live it. So, and the other thing I was going to mention about earthquakes and whatnot, at least out here, because everybody I know that, I know from California, when I tell them I live in the Midwest, they're like, oh man, you get hurricane or tornadoes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but we kind of know when they're coming. And we have a good idea of where they're going to strike. So we evacuate the area. As to where out there, oh, let's see. When's the earthquake coming? Probably tomorrow. Maybe. Oh, wait. No, we don't know. It's like the coming of Christ. You just don't know when it's going to happen. It's going to happen, but we just don't know when.
Well, they'll probably both happen at the same time. Our big one and the coming of Christ at the same time.
Could be. Ring of fire, right? That's what they call it. Ring of fire. Yep. So Pacific Islands all just going to suck down to the bottom of the ocean, and God's going to come down and go, "May, all right, time to go."
But the thing is, when you know there's a tornado coming, you can shelter somewhere.
Right.
So you have a place in your home where you can go and be somewhat safe, right? Do you have a basement?
For the most part, yeah. That's where I'm at right now, as a matter of fact.
Right.
So there we go, Matt. I'm safe from tornadoes.
Well, safe
so
enough.
far. Safer than I would be if I was on the roof of my house.
If an earthquake happened right now,
I'd be dead.
Well, I would probably get the hell away from the stuff that's going to break, which means I would probably just wander into the bathroom.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you duck and cover and do the best you can.
Stand in that doorway and kind of just go, well, I hope my home doesn't fall off its stilts.
So there we go. And these are your safety lessons for tornadoes and earthquakes and mudslides. You just ride them out. You kind of grab a door or tree and get on top and go with the ride. I wouldn't want to live somewhere where there's going to be a chance of mudslides. You live in a place where there's a chance of mudslides every day.
No, not where I'm on I live on a floodplain. I'll get flooded before I'll get a mudslide.
The mudslide will cause the mudplain, and then you'll all die.
Oh, okay.
And then there's an earthquake, and then a fire.
That's right.
So
raging torrential fire.
You know what happens after that?
I mean,
you gonna guess?
Guess what?
Riots. That's what happens after all that.
Oh yeah.
So.
The looting.
Oh wait, no, that's happening now. Okay, sorry. All right, and you know what? I do mean to make light of the rioting because I think it's the stupidest thing in the world. But anyway, that's.
Yeah, but that's topical news, and we're not doing that.
I know, Hurricane Boy.
I just wanted to ask you. I assume you'd be safe from that kind of thing, being that far inland, but just making sure you're going to be okay, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, we get like the aftermath weather where we'll get crazy, weird, cold and humid fronts and whatever.
That's mostly really what I wanted to know was what is the wake of the storm? How does it hit you?
Well, it depends on how it comes up. And right now it's going more towards the west, so it's probably going to end up over in California, and you're all going to flush into the ocean.
It's going to create more high pressure.
Dancing hurricanes or cyclones coming straight over the Rockies and into the Sierra Nevadas and down into the Santa Cruz Valley and down through Big Sur, which doesn't matter because Big Sur has been lit up by fires and mudslides. Yeah. So, and my favorite place to go ever, Big Basin Park, which was right near where I used to live, gone, completely gone. Most amazing redwood forest. I mean, seriously, I've never been. I've been into a lot of forests. I've been to Yosemite and stuff like that. And I will tell you, Big Basin Park was just absolutely amazing. The hugest redwood trees, house size redwood trunks thing. You just sit there and you look up, and it's like the tree just goes for days, and it literally does because it's bigger than buildings.
Yeah.
And you're looking at this stuff, and you're just like, it's so hard to fathom, and burned to the ground, gone, done.
Our fires we have going right now are just insane.
Yeah, it is absolutely amazing. I mean, I pulled up the map the other day of where all the fires are, like even from Colorado and Utah and all that.
Right,
it is just, it's like the whole Western U.S. is on fire.
On fire.
And
not in a good way.
Yeah, well, and I will say this, and I actually got this fact from Brian Hamrick, and I even checked it myself because I'm not saying that Brian wasn't right, but I still like to always double check everything because I don't trust anybody or anything. Not true, but anyway, I still try to check facts because I'm repeating it, and it also goes back to my my heritage, which is American Indian or Indigenous American, whatever you want to call it. I have 3 different tribe bloods in me. Anyway, I did some research with the help of my mother as well, and the Indians used to. Are you peeing? It sounds like you're peeing. Matt's going to the bathroom on the air.
I'm swirling my ice in my drink.
He made a drinky drink. You got to drink.
When in doubt, pinky out.
Scotchy. No, it's not scotch. It's coffee. And Matt's drinking iced coffee, which I think is sacrilegious. So, anyway.
I'm obsessed with iced coffee.
Yeah, you're a freak is what you are.
Yeah, well.
But, so the American Indians used to clear out all the dead brush and dead limbs and stuff as far as they could reach on trees and the forested areas around them. So if there ever was a fire, it would not be as damaging and would be easier to try and control because number one, the brush and stuff that they're cleared out is not getting lit up, as to where nowadays we have I'm just calling them nosy ass hippies, basically going, oh, don't, the environmentalists and stuff like that, which trust me, I'm all for our national forests and saving them and stuff like that. But don't touch it. It's part of nature. No, part of nature is the fact that lightning fires happen and they burn and clear things out. We just happen to live in those areas now.
See, now I don't know about sweeping the forest, but when they would go in and do that, they're also collecting material to be used.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's part of their daily life. I mean, and then we have people that own property now up there in these forests, and they don't create a fire break of any kind.
Right. I mean, but this is also a national forest, Matt. This is.
I understand.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of
But what I'm saying is that people can't. They don't. You're right. I don't know. I'm agreeing with you, but I'm then adding on top of that, and then people that own the property aren't keeping it properly cleaned either.
Right. No, yes.
I'll just let nature do its thing. Well, you're absolutely right. If you let nature do its thing, like I said, nature's up to kill you one way or the other.
That's right. You're part of the food chain.
Mitigate those problems by clearing out, making sure that there's not a foot of pine needles all around your house.
Yeah.
That's on you. You lost your house because you don't
maintain.
You didn't maintain
your property. Yeah. And if you own acreage, you need to maintain your property. So
and if the fire's moving fast enough, it's using all those pine needles. I mean, that stuff just goes up so quick and so hot.
Oh yeah. And
all the dead branches. So yeah, I mean,
we pretty much pissed off everybody now at this point. I think between hurricanes and mudslides and fires but
we're not wrong.
What that's we aren't wrong. So
I mean,
it's your fault. It's just man and man's egomaniacal need to be right, and which we are. So
oh yeah.
there.
And don't bother looking that up on Google because that's just all lies, man.
Speaking of Google, Matt, great segue. Let's go back into our main topic of the day. All right. So first off is, well, let's just go with what you just brought up. Know-it-alls. People who think they know everything just because they now have access to the interweb through their phone or whatever, or their watch. Oh my God, I hate the people with the freaking watches. I hate them.
My watch.
But you know, like you're sitting there talking to somebody, like, hold on. It's really, dude. You're gonna sit there and look at a text message while I'm having a conversation with you?
Come on, Dick Tracy.
Dude, yeah, and that is kind of the cool thing. Dick Tracy was like way ahead of its time. And some of you people who are younger don't know who Dick Tracy is, but well, Google it. Look it up on Wikipedia. All right.
So we can complain about you later.
Yeah, well, yeah. So and do it while somebody's talking to you, so you can like be like, hold on a second.
Well, you know,
dude, you should see this video.
Richard Stacy.
Yeah.
According to Wikipedia.
Yeah. But yeah, Dick Tracy. Anyway, so yeah, people like, and the whole reason we got this to this point was because we were talking about well, first I think it started off with Star Wars,
yeah,
and then I brought in Marvel comics and stuff because I'm a huge Marvel and nerd, and I was talking about, you know, way back in the days when I actually used to read all the comics and I know all the backstories on so much of, you know, these now movies and characters. And then, like, you know, and yeah, there's been a lot of evolution of characters. And for a while, I mean, you know, I played adult and didn't buy comics as much as I used to. And like right before
stuff.
Huh?
I said, if you'd seen my face, I said, that's kid stuff.
Kid stuff, see? Yeah.
Yeah, like that with the glasses.
Yes, that was very nice. But the thing is, there's so many people that, you know, yes, the movies are great. I think they did a great job with a lot of the movies. Some of them, the Hulk series, by the way. Okay. Anyway, Mark Ruffalo, best Hulk out of them all.
See, I haven't seen a single Hulk movie.
Oh, really? Oh, Edward Norton did pretty good. I mean, I kind of liked Edward Norton. You know, I don't know. Bill Bixby, why not? He's the best Hulk ever.
See, that's what I grew up on, man.
Right. And
Lou Ferrigno
so many people don't know what we're talking about, but well, no, actually, a lot of our audience is around our age, so yeah, you do.
And Lou Ferrigno was on The King of Queens. He was their neighbor.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Which was awesome.
Yeah, Kevin James is classic, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Great show.
Anyway, yeah, we totally segued out of so anyway, people who, like, you're sitting there and you're talking to people and like, oh, didn't you see this? Oh yeah, I just love the way they did this. Oh, well, yeah, did you know that, you know, this guy was devolved because of this and it? And I'm like, did you really read all these comics to figure? Oh, well, you know, kind of. And then how do you know that? Well, I was like Googling some stuff and then I Wikipedia'd and it's like, so you didn't, you totally just, what are those called? Cliff noted the entire Marvel universe so you could be super knowledgeable geek boy. Okay.
Yeah, that's how I feel about a lot about Star Wars.
And the same thing.
People that are into Star Wars and know stuff about Star Wars because they have read and watched the proper things, not just read it on the internet.
Like
and then you run into the people. This is what got us going. And then there's the people that know everything about Star Wars, even stuff where you're just like, where was that? Well, that's in this comic book, and like you said, oh, you read that? Well, no, I didn't read the comic. And that's how you feel about Marvel stuff. And my brother's the same way. Like,
yeah, I put in years of reading Iron Man and Silver Surfer and Doctor Strange and Spider-Man. Oh my God, he was like my first real Spider-Man and Iron Man, my first huge ones because I related to both of them immensely. Iron Man more in my teen years, but because of my drinky and anyway, so so
so you're talking about like all that and go on, and you can, but I wanted just to quickly say the only real comics I really got into were the X-Men a little bit.
See, and I never got
the New Mutants a little, but Gru. Did you ever read Gru?
No.
The guy who did, his name is just escaping me at the moment.
You're just making stuff up now.
The guy who did in Mad Magazine, the Marginals, the little.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know who you're talking about. Sergio. Oh, yes. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
He did a comic book about a barbarian, like a Conan the Barbarian type, called Gru, and it's hilarious. I mean, but that's my comic book, and I don't know anything about the Marvel universe, and I like it like that. So when I do watch a movie, I'm not disappointed.
I totally burped. It was awesome.
I saw you burp, and I heard you burp.
Yeah. So and again, we're kind of vice versa because I love Star Wars. I saw the first. I mean, when the movie first came out, the first Star Wars, the original Star Wars, episode 4. I knew that.
But they didn't call it that when it first came out.
No, it was A New Hope.
And that's not because I read it somewhere. I know that.
Well,
it was just they didn't call it A New Hope. Well, they didn't call it A New Hope. They called it was just episode 4. And you're like, oh, what the? So
yeah, you're
just dropping me in the middle of something,
right?
Okay, I'll get it. Then they called it A New Hope
later. But we didn't know that. Yeah, it was just called Star Wars when it first came out, and then it was Star Wars: A New Hope because they came out with Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. Yeah.
So then they had to give the first one a name.
Way nerdier than me about Star Wars. But I love Star Wars, and I love the mysticism of Star Wars, and I love the whole storyline of Star Wars, even though the prelogues got a little lame, I think. But long-winded.
I mean, how exciting can you make intergalactic trade disputes? Like, I remember walking out of episode 1, and people, it's the worst movie ever. And I'm like, well, it's kind of setting up for hopefully 9 movies, and how exciting are...
Rob just finally texted back. We're going to have a... I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Whatever.
I did, though. I kind of meant to cut you off. But anyway, because...
I'll talk about Star Wars stuff at some other point.
No, just go ahead.
But, so you have a friend that actually got back to you, huh?
We're lining up guests for the show, guys. Okay, so and we were all excited because I thought actually this one guy is an old friend of mine, Rob Rodman, amazing photographer, has been in several magazines. I think National Geographic, Sunset. Anyway, he's going to be on the show. We're going to do it next week. But he actually said he wanted to try and come on today, and the only way I can get a hold of him is through Instagram right now, and it takes him forever to respond. And anyway, we waited as long as we could. So Rob Rodman, amazing photographer, he's going to be on. He does all sorts of nature and landscape and
stuff that's not people.
But yeah, but he does people too. Yeah,
and people.
So he just does a lot of different photography.
He's a photographer.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's going to be on the show. And then also another friend of mine, Greg Hars, another guy I've known for many years. He went off and started a thing called Ocean Dive Club. And Ocean Dive Club is basically what it does is he lives in Hawaii. He takes underprivileged kids from the schools or through the schools and gives them the opportunity to learn how to dive. He teaches them all sorts of different aspects of diving, deep water diving, life-saving, salvage diving, things like that, and teaches them about the ocean and how to respect the ocean and take care of the ocean, things like that. It's just an amazing uh, event that he does. Yeah,
awesome.
it is. It's so super cool. And Rob takes pictures of all these super cool things. And so anyway, and also another gentleman that we're gonna have on, still trying to coordinate a time because he's a busy guy. Kurt Vignery is going to be on. He's a physical fitness expert, and he is going to help us explain to us how to keep in shape during the whole pandemic kind of thing, ways to help us take care of ourselves and keep in good shape, even though a lot of people are paranoid of going to gyms. Some aren't.
You don't need to go to a gym to stay in shape.
And no, that's the thing too.
And
but
I say that here as I've gained a pound a week since this COVID has started. But
yeah. But see, and see, that's the thing, and there's gyms that are closed because of the whole situation, and they're trying to stay in business. So I mean, preferably, yeah, go support a gym, support the local business. Don't go to a Gold's Gym or something. Support the little guys, man. But anyway, okay. Enough of my soapbox.
Gym in his garage, right?
Yeah. Well, if you got to do what you got to do to stay healthy, so do it. So that's how we got off on our rant on know-it-all Wikipedia people. We're just kind of sick of people just quick referencing stuff and, spending an hour on the internet or all night on the internet. So they think they're some big experts. It's like, you know what? No, you don't know the whole backstory, and then you bring up, Tony Stark. Like for me, I'd be bringing up like the whole background of Tony Stark and how he had all these problems with his father and, his mom and, how he was basically forced to become brilliant genius boy because that's all he was able to do. And anyway, and then became an alcoholic to try and bury all that stuff. Anyway. So
the parallels to your life are amazing because now you are forced to become a genius and
well,
do a podcast.
We're still waiting for the test results. But yeah, evil genius. Mm-hmm.
Mostly evil.
Truly evil.
Almost genius.
Super genius. Yeah. So anyway, we're just basically all we're saying at this point is yeah. You know what?
I don't like them. I don't like those people that just pretend to know everything.
Take some time. Read the books. Don't just Wikipedia stuff. And this is anything in general. Man, spend some time in a book. I have a dictionary that is literally, thicker than my head. Okay? Because I love to look up words and the root meaning of words and things like that. Do I do it every day? No, I don't really have time. But when I want to, that's where I go.
Bam.
I don't go into the internet. I go, I've got a dictionary at home that's going to tell me everything I need to know. Now, if it's something like where I'm winning a bet or just trying to prove somebody wrong to shut them up, I'm probably going to go to my little handy dandy phone-z and prove them wrong. But anyway, not that I'm always wrong. I may prove them right, and there we go. And that's the way the world turns. So
there you are.
I've been doing that a lot lately, haven't I?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's effective though. It's like the F word,
Yeah.
or the word dude. It's how you use it. Dude.
To not say dude so much.
Dude.
My wife hates it when I call her dude.
Dude.
So yeah, and then I go, oh, but lady dude. She
dude?
Say, that's not any better. Calling me a lady dude. That's like almost worse in a way.
Dude.
But,
Dude. See, yeah, I right there, I went through so many different levels of using the word dude in different ways. And it's, see?
Dude.
Bro.
Dude.
Say it just goes, dude. All right, dude.
All right.
Dude. Okay. Yeah. So, and really, it's way effective with the F word. But we're not going there because I really try not to do that anymore.
Right.
It just slips out every now and then. So you know what? Fuck it. Oh, I meant to do that. That was totally on purpose.
That was on accident. And that was hilarious.
I did it on purpose.
Oh, wow.
So anyway, all right. Stay out of Wikipedia. Read some books. Watch some movies, especially the old movies. The classics are awesome. God, we are old farts. I'm just really just throwing that out there because that's what we sound like. We should be sitting in chairs on a porch yelling at kids on our lawn. What do you think?
Right. Well, I'm in a chair and I'm yelling.
That's because I'm trying to get you to broadcast into the microphone from my iPad.
Is it working? Can people hear me?
I hope so.
Well, we'll see, huh?
We're going to find out.
It's going to be like an hour of just you. People like, I couldn't hear the other half of the conversation.
You're actually, coming through. I'm coming through louder, but you are pulling up on the meters. So
well, that's good.
We're seriously going to get this figured out so it's way more better sounding words out of our mouths.
Mouth words.
Yeah, mouth words. So, okay.
And
so
speaking of reading books, I about once a year I'll read a few books to my wife. I like to read out loud.
Reading Playboy to your wife or Penthouse Letters is not the same thing as actually reading a book, Matt.
Yes, it is. It's exactly the same thing.
No, well then, I've got some reading to do.
No, like I read a couple of years ago, I read the entire Harry Potter series, including Book 8, which is the play, because it's great. The books are way better than the movie. Way better. The movies are good, but the books are awesome. And I read them.
Okay, well, this is where we have to totally disagree. But anyway.
Well, I bet you can, so that's good. The next up on the block, though, is I think I'm gonna start reading the Narnia series.
Oh, yeah. Christian based, by the way, C.S. Lewis. Just saying. So, yeah, yeah, it is.
Which is really weird that it's part of. Because I grew up going to church all the time. I read the Narnia series and this and that, and a few other things. But when I was older, and I read them, I'd say when I was like 13 or 14, reread them.
Yeah.
And I like to read. I think I first read the series like probably third grade or something.
Yeah, you're a reading freak, by the way.
I am. But
like you're the guy that reads like a big thick book in like 2 days, aren't you?
Oh yeah, dude, books are great. Books are fantastic.
The look on your I got to get this so the video shows through because dude, you look like you almost had an orgasm when you said, "Oh yeah, I read a book."
Movies are great, but that's someone else's vision of what words look like. When you read a book,
yeah, it's in your head.
You have your own movie
going
on, and you have your own aesthetic and everything. And yeah, like the author's going to help guide that.
Right.
It's your private. I love reading. Reading's a very cool
and it totally develops your imagination and your brain and your thought process, and it's dude. I'm not knocking reading at all. I'm just because I have a mild dyslexia, and now I've got this wonky eye.
And then in that case, audiobooks.
Well, yeah, but I still
have
just
someone
love to
read
read
to
though,
you.
dude. I love the smell of a book. Especially older books. I don't know what it is about older books. I used to go to libraries and just
Oh, that
open up books, like
musty,
the old
dusty.
books, and you smell it almost smells like that pine and stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, wow, we're old.
Yeah, you are.
You're not that far
I'm getting
behind me
there,
there,
though.
whippersnapper. Yeah. Whatever,
Oh, yeah.
iced coffee boy. But yeah, and like the Hobbit, I read all the Hobbit series, and again,
Mhm.
I thought they'd actually the movie, and we're just totally geeking out now. The movies actually did a pretty good job of portraying what I had in my head for a lot of Now the Lord of the Rings and stuff got a little, I don't know.
Okay, so now you bring up the Lord of the Rings. I can bring this back around to those know-it-all a-holes that would have
That Wikipedia
just
everything.
not read the books, but went to Wikipedia and to the WikiFan or whatever it is, which I look up stuff on them all the time. You're just like, oh, who's this person? Oh wow,
Right.
that's a crazy little background story, but
Yeah,
I'll forget about it.
right.
And if you do ask me about it and I remember, I'll go, I think I read that like on WikiFan.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So totally unfounded facts, but whatever.
So let's go back to was it? I don't see, and I don't even remember because it's been forever since I've read the books. But there's a character that's missing from the movie, and it might be the Hobbit, or which one came first? Actually, the other ones came before that they made.
Then they made the Hobbit afterwards. Yeah.
Okay, so then it was in the Lord of the Rings, I guess. Tom Bombadil. My brother's pissed that Tom Bombadil is not in the movies. I don't know. I read the books. I don't know who he is.
I was gonna say I don't even remember that name at all.
Yeah.
Are you sure your brother was reading the right?
Oh no, I fully trust my brother, and we've actually looked it up later because we tease him about it. But he is right, apparently. Fairly, somewhat important person that they meet along the way. Tom Bombadil.
Well, there you go. Who knew? Tom Bombadil, and now we've lost pretty much everybody else. I think it's just me and you.
Whatever.
But Rob just keeps texting me. He's like, "So when are we doing this? Or what do I need to be on my phone, or we doing a video?" I'm like, "Dude, we're already knee deep into it and almost done." So sorry. Next week, Rob Rodman, amazing photographer. He'll be on Thursday, is what we're hoping for. Maybe Tuesday. You never know. I'm actually thinking of just doing a little phone chat with just me and Matt all the time on Tuesdays, but who knows? We'll see.
Phone calls from the coast.
Phone calls to the coast, yes. But okay, so I also was talking about speaking of losing people and boring the hell out of them, sleep deprivation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I live on it. That's why I drink so much damn coffee. Because
how much sleep do you actually get?
I get on average between 4 and 5 hours a night. Yeah. And
if I don't get my 6, I'm horrible.
Well, because see, I've got to be at work at 2 a.m. So I have to be up by 1.
You don't go to bed till late.
Yeah. So, and I don't really nap in between. And by the end of the week, I'm doing this, trying to stay awake, and coffee can only push you so far. I know other things that'll help it, but they're illegal, to me. You think you do, and then you end up all strung out, and I'm like, no, look at the spiders all over me, and oh my God, my teeth are going to come out soon.
And there goes everyone else.
And actually, probably a lot of people went, wait, he's freaking out on air. This is cool. So we may have just gained some, anyway.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, the whole reason I was thinking about sleep deprivation is because I know I do my little juggling act, but I know for a fact there's so many other people in the world that are not getting their 8 hours of sleep, and you know, I know we all got to do it, but you know, we got to remember, like on the weekends, I really do try and catch up and you know get sleep when I can, and
well, that's a horrible thing though. Is you can't catch up.
no, you can't
sleep.
ever really catch up, but
I mean,
makes
you
you
can
feel
actually
better.
get a decent night's sleep,
Right.
but I mean, and it takes quite a few to.
But now the pro side is I'm catching a lot of what's happening out in the world, but I don't watch TV, so really I'm not. I'm just watching grass grow out in my front yard.
But how's that grass doing?
It's doing pretty good. Got to go water it
There
soon. Because it's you know like 98 degrees outside right now.
Oh my lord! We had that last week.
Yeah, well, it's going to cool down next week, so I'm cool with it.
70s all this week. It's been nice.
Yeah, well, there you go, Mr. Braggart, Fireboy. It's going to have mudslides soon.
Oh, I've got blue skies.
Camera's shaking. Earthquake?
Nope.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You're making more iced coffee, aren't you?
No.
Good. Because it's
my
wrong.
Glass on the counter. You
Wrong.
like that bright light?
Wrong, Matt. Wrong. So.
I'll even show you what the outside looks like right now.
Ow. Sun. It hurts. So, but anyway, we had a point on sleep deprivation. What was it? Can't remember.
You suffer from it.
Well, yeah, pretty much. That's why I ramble on so much. Wow, beautiful. Ooh, cool old car, dude.
Nice car.
Yeah. We're looking at Matt's street. Anyway. And then our other topic. Wow, so glad I take notes nowadays.
Right.
Was
you're trying to sell your home?
Oh yeah, selling your house. That's a real pain in the ass.
You basically just repainted the outside of your house.
Yeah, repainted the outside. We have this wonderful house in a wonderful neighborhood, great neighbors. Nobody behind us. The schools are behind us. We live in this beautiful, awesome place. We're downsizing and getting something a little simpler to be in as we get older. And so like people come in and like, yeah, it's a really nice house. Everybody, and trust me, my house is selling for a very good price. It's price to move.
Come on, someone just buy his house.
Yeah, but see, then I got to give out the address. I'm not doing that. So anyway, trust me, everybody is like, oh no, the price is great, but the paint's so dated. Really? That's your biggest problem with the house is the paint's so dated. Okay. So you know what I do? I paint the house.
Crazy.
I know. It's a wild, wacky fact, but I did it. And then all of a sudden, hey, we got people checking the house out again.
Well, yeah. I mean, I understand. But at the same time, I mean, if I'm buying a house, it's mine. I'll paint it any way I want.
Well, and that was the whole point. That's why we didn't want to paint it. We're like, well, we'll leave it for them to paint whatever. I mean, again, we're selling it at a really good price. So the cost of the paint job shouldn't be that big of a deal. But anyway.
Well, so now you should jack up the price a little bit. It went up. Yeah, I had to paint it.
Yeah, I had to paint it, you jackholes.
So
anyway, whatever. But there is so much. I never really realized how much stress is involved in selling a damn house, man. I mean, you got to make nowadays. I mean, you especially because ours is considered more of a starter home for a family, you know, a young family, which I mean, it is. It's a perfect. That's what she did. Well, she had a not so young family, but still fairly young family when she moved in here. And then after I moved in, you know, some of the boys started moving out and stuff like that. But the thing is, this is a great place for a starter home. It's got a huge backyard. You're in a cul-de-sac, so there's lots of places for the kids to run and play and be kids, and it's awesome. And I don't get you. People come in. We had our dining room in the living room, okay, because we'd have a big table because we have big family gatherings every now and then. So it worked out perfect for us. And then we moved our family room, whatever you want to call it. And then we moved the family room into right next to the kitchen because we do a lot of socializing there anyway.
Well, I mean, and to me, if I'd have walked in that, I'd know, oh, this is really smart. That way, you throw whoever's in the kitchen can watch TV. I spend a lot of time in the kitchen.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. So and that's our thing. We're cooking, we're talking, we're having fun and hanging out. No, people could not grasp that. Why is that here? That should be over there. Why is that there? That should be over here. And then what's that over there? Why do they? This doesn't make any sense. Oh my gosh.
Well, that's why when we bought our place, I went with the TV with the wall mount. It's like I need one that tilts and swivels, right?
Right.
And people are like, well, why? I mean, that's your living room is right here. I'm like, well, it's a tiny little living room, and I don't know how the furniture is always going to be. So I need to be able to move the TV to fit the furniture, not the furniture to fit the TV.
Right.
And on beyond that, when I'm in the kitchen, if I angle the TV correct, it's boom.
Yeah. It's an ergonomic TV.
Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So
I mean.
And yeah, like that's the exact same thing. It's or why do you have your little office over here? You should have a separate place for your office. Well, that is kind of a separate place for the office type area, but anyway. So
or you could just say this to them. Do whatever you want. You get it.
Well, but see, we're not there with these people. Yeah, and the realtors don't. The realtors we've heard because we have a ring. So we can kind of hear them talking, and the realtors are like, just, excuse me. They are like no help at all to anything, and it's like, you should be trying to sell this house. You're just showing it. Okay. Well, then you're not doing your job.
Like our realtor, it amazes me. There's bad realtors out there because our realtor, we went in and we told her our tiny little budget.
Yeah.
And we were looking, I mean, in mobile home parks. I can't afford a house here.
Yeah.
And I can barely afford at this point a mobile home
in
this town. I could move elsewhere and buy a house, but I don't want it.
Right.
And she's like, well, honestly, that, I do work for commission, so I'm going to be upfront with you that I probably won't be putting in the time that I would say for a larger budget.
Right.
My wife and I are like, oh, we understand. No, we're only going to
at least she was straight up.
Basically X amount of money. So that's basically all I really expect out of you. And we met with her.
Mm-hmm.
We drove home, which we would do less than 10 minutes, right?
Right.
In the car and all that BS and everything. She'd already called us and said, hey, if you guys are interested, I got a place that you might want to go check out right now. And we said, okay, yeah. I mean, and she went above and beyond what she needed to do to earn her buck, I think.
Yeah.
And when the place that we had right now, she's like, well, because the carpets were messed up. When they repainted, they got paint on the carpets and never replaced the carpets. And she's like, oh, well, we could have them replace the carpets and this and that. And my wife and I go, well, it's ours. Why don't we just offer less because we're going to have to do that?
Right.
And put in the carpet I want.
Yeah.
Why? And so, which is why when it comes to your place, it needs a paint job. Cool. What color do you want to paint it, honey? Right. But instead, people.
Yeah. No, I get you. I think that's cool that your realtor was up front with you like that, and that's the way they should be. You know what? I'm not going to sit here and try and sell you this house. Well, okay, great. But you know, whatever. I mean, our guy's been digging real hard, trying to help us, you know, get what we need and trying to push our house out there. He's done all sorts of different stuff to help sell it as best as he can, you know. But
I hate to say it, maybe raise your price.
Yeah. It's where it's at, and you know, you start fluctuating it, and that's a bad thing.
Right.
So, but man, you just setting up. You got to stage your house, and then like if somebody comes and says we're going to do a showing, then
you got to make sure
everything's perfect and clean, and holy Moses Almighty, man. Yeah. So no, it's a pain in the ass, but hey. It is what it is. Yeah. Can you hear that? No, you can't.
I can't.
But everybody else can.
And/or solo act is really good. Is it Tribe Called Quest again?
It's a Tribe Called Quest.
Good.
Can I kick it? Because we're going to have to be kicking it and rolling on. You know what I'm saying?
All right. I can dig it.
But yeah, so this has been our rant and rave and randomness, and like I said, we're gonna have some great guests coming up here next week. Rob Brodman, photographer extraordinaire. He's been on National Geographic. He's been on Sunset Magazine. Does a lot of news articles or magazine articles, I should say, and things like that. Greg Hars, Kurt Vignery. Greg is with the Ocean Dive Club out in Hawaii, and then
we need to find out what island he's
I believe it's Oahu.
Operating on.
Oahu. Okay, you know what? Now you're gonna make me look it up, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
You're really gonna make me look this up, aren't you?
The only time I spent on Oahu was at the airport.
Yeah. Well, guess what? You're getting drowned out by a Tribe Called Quest, so you better speak up, boy.
Fine. No, that's fine. I was stuck inside the airport for hours. It would have taken longer to go outside, smoke a cigarette,
well,
come back through security than it would have just to hang out in the airport. But I found it really cool, because this is when I used to smoke. I found a really cool little outdoor courtyard in the middle of the airport that airport personnel, because I was just like, oh man, there's got to be a place, there's no place I can go to smoke, like not even one of those like enclosed like rat cages like they used to have. And like, no, airport's like completely smoke free, and you're like, ah man, it really sucks. My layover is not long enough to leave the airport. And one of them was like, hey man, check it out. As long as you clean up all your cigarette butts, you can smoke out here. Like, oh, really? So you go out there, and there's like 3 other people around the perimeter of this little grassy area,
smoking,
all smoking and like going, hey, another smoker, what's going on? You better clean up your cigarette butts. Oh yeah, they warned me. I don't want to ruin it for other smokers.
Oh God,
like, this is great that I have a place I can go and get my fix. And I am so glad that I quit smoking. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's a big game changer, that's for sure.
What a thing, man.
Dude. So
and I liked smoking.
Yeah, I know. It was I'm sometimes miss it, but I hang out with people that smoke, at work and stuff. And like on my drive home, like I don't really notice it until I'm on my drive home, and I can totally smell smoke all over me. I'm just like, oh,
so gross.
And then I'm like, God, I used to smell like this, except worse.
Yeah. Dude, your closet used to smell like that.
I know.
You washed your clothes.
Yeah. Well, I keep my clothes like in a basket, and as soon as I can, I wash them because it's yeah. But anyway, so yeah, we've totally redirected in a different direction, but we got to get going. We got to get out of here. I want to thank Anchor.fm, YouTube. I want to thank Spotify, iTunes, everybody who supports our podcast show. And I want to thank you, Matt. I want to thank Lyle, who stayed in the background and quiet, which we really, really appreciate some days there, Mr. Lyle D. Time. We again, I appreciate all you people checking us out, checking in. Keep it coming. It's at the Random Kristian Show. We got hit us up on Facebook, hit us up on Instagram. You can look us up all that way. KJVoiceworks.com. You can send emails there. VoiceWorks is with an X. Matt's got his Maddie's photos on Instagram, right?
I don't know what it is on Instagram.
Yeah, it's Maddie's photos. And
Maddie's photos,
Brian
yeah.
with his Combi USA VW. If you're looking for an old Toyota Land Cruiser, if you're looking for an awesome old VW, he's got all sorts of those. So make sure you check that out. And again, lots of great guests coming up. So appreciate y'all checking it out. We will see you next week. Thank you. Thank you. Please, please, for the love of God and for the love of yourselves, take care of each other. Don't be fighting. Don't be hating. Listen, let's just get along. Take a deep breath before you say something. If you're not sure of what you're going to say, think about it for a second. Hey, what would Jesus do? Give a little love. That's what he'd do. So give a little love back to somebody. All right. Everybody, thank you so much. Have a great, great, great weekend. Great week. Matt, we will talk to you next week. Thank you so much for joining in, brother.
No problem, man. Give me a phone call.
All right, dude. Thank you so much.
And record that.
Yes. All right. Y'all take it easy. Have a great, 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 great day.
Adios, everyone.
Sorry, I just love this jam. Okay, peace out.